Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WWE Universe as we're here to do a review of this year's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Now, of course, Hell in a Cell took place this past weekend, and my goodness, they are setting up for what is going to be a very interesting Survivor Series this year. I mean, Survivor Series is looking very unique from the bottom up, and I have no question that this year's Survivor Series is going to be ginormous, and I'll explain why later in just a bit. But let's get into the results then for this year's Hell in a Cell, because you're probably going to be convinced to telling me, what went down in Hell in a Cell. Then let's have a good look then, shall we, of how good Hell in a Cell really is. So, kicking things off, we have the New Day defeated the Dudley Boys for the Tag Team Championships. I was really shocked to hear about this. Obviously, again, the Dudley Boys missed out on an opportunity to win the Tag Team titles because of the New Day did up with their nasty tricks in order to retain the championships. So hopefully at some point the Dudley Boys will get those titles back again sooner or later, I feel. And then we have Kevin Owens defeating Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship as Kevin Owens continues his Intercontinental Championship reign. Nothing much to say about this one because it was a nice clean win for Kevin Owens, and Ryback kind of tried his best to capitalize, but didn't quite work against Kevin Owens. So there you go. And what a surprise for the fans, the fact that Alberto Del Rio made his long-awaited return in the WWE. That's right, Alberto Del Rio came back to face John Cena at Hell in a Cell. He was assisted by Zed Colter, who was Jack Swagger's former associate, is now helping Alberto Del Rio, and he finally rise to the top to become the new United States champion in WWE. So Alberto Del Rio is now our US champion. And I was quite surprised that Alberto Del Rio was actually going to return because many people didn't believe he was going to return till now. So there you go. Alberto Del Rio is back. And then we have and let's not forget the kickoff match, which is the six-man tag match. Obviously, Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville all managed to defeat Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett in a six-man tag team match, which was a nice, clear win for Cesaro, Neville, and Ziggler, as they all managed to get their revenge on all three of those men. Again, Sheamus has yet to cash in his contract. Hopefully, it will be sooner rather than later until Sheamus cashes in. As well as that, the first of our Hell in a Cell matches, Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And what a shocker. Roman Reigns managed to defeat Bray Wyatt inside Hell in a Cell. It was his Hell in a Cell debut, and he was able to beat Bray Wyatt inside the cell. So that would make a huge upset for Bray Wyatt inside the cell. As well as that, Charlotte Flair basically was able to defeat Nikki Bella at Hell in a Cell to keep the Divas Championship, which I have to say it was quite a tough challenge for Charlotte, but at least she was able to win in their second rematch for the Divas Championship. And then, of course, Seth Rollins met the Demon Kane in Hell in a Cell. Obviously, Kane's duties as Director of Operations was on the line, but unfortunately, Kane was unable to continue his role as Director of Operations because Seth Rollins had managed to beat Kane to keep the WWE World Heavyweight title, meaning Kane is now no longer a Director of Operations. He's back as a wrestler, as the way he used to be. So at least that will set things up for Survivor Series, where Kane will hopefully become a babyface. Hopefully. This is how it's going to set up, hopefully. And then finally, the main event, Brock Lesnar was able to beat The Undertaker one-on-one which was absolutely insane. I mean, these two literally put on a great performance inside Hell in a Cell, and it ends things with Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker inside the cell. But obviously, Bray Wyatt was also in the works, keeping his eyes open for The Undertaker. It seems Bray Wyatt has got some stuff, has still got some things up his sleeve for The Undertaker. And so the question remains, could it be Undertaker's Survivor Series team versus Bray Wyatt's team at Survivor Series? It could be a very interesting turn of an events, knowing that next month is going to be the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker at the Survivor Series. So make sure you look out for that on November the 2nd. We celebrate 25 years of The Undertaker. But what do I think of Hell in a Cell overall? I thought it was definitely a high action-packed Hell in a Cell, and they certainly brought a whole new level of entertainment into the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and I have no question that this year's Survivor Series is going to build. I mean, Hell in a Cell kind of built up Survivor Series from the get-go, and I have no question that this year's Survivor Series is going to be huge. It's going to be a huge moment in The Undertaker's career. So the question remains, will The Undertaker be back in time for Survivor Series? I believe there is a high possibility The Undertaker will be around at Survivor Series. No question about it. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Hell in a Cell, and I'll be back next month for the review of Survivor Series 2015 as we will be reviewing the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker's Survivor Series event, which is going to be huge this year. So until then, I'll see you all soon.